So yeah. Ooh, with just one hand I did that. I'm a magician too. I'm an all-rounder. I'm a nerd. I'm a woman. You know, being a woman is different than being a man. So I already have special capacities just because I am a woman. So yeah, I was saying that once you have seen the Windsor Galen radioactive scare scam, atomic uranium something scare scam, and then if you are interested in the Bible, it's just Abelard Reuchlin, again like an hour video, split up into 15-minute videos on YouTube. Once you've seen that, you might want to read his book. But then you know about, yeah, this Piso family, Roman family that wrote major parts of the Bible, according to him, and it's believable. So it's just maybe a dozen people I would recommend. Walter White, just to make an example. 2 months during winter, I was watching his 2-hour-long videos on the Bible for like about every topic, you can say, in the Apocalypse. He had a 2-hour-long video, just 1 hour and 40 minutes and stuff like that. And I watched some of the videos twice. So why is that? You can spare your time not doing so. You don't have to. I was investigating, so why was I watching some of the videos twice? Well, he was, for example, saying that the Apocalypse is written in a certain way. So you have this V shape. So when you start from the beginning, it's actually the end of the story that kind of approaches in the middle. And then in the middle of the Apocalypse, you get to know sort of the beginning. You go towards the beginning of the story. So in the middle, you got the end. Okay, so he was saying so and he tried to prove so. But the very thing is, I then investigated further on, and then I found Narnia, a YouTube channel, and she was saying something differently, and both made sense. She said that the 7 trumpets and the 7 balls and whatever else there was, these different. So now you have like 3 lines. So she was saying that they all happen approximately at the same time. Okay, even that one made sense. So how did I find Walter White, German South African teacher? He has good videos up on nutrition. And then he questions evolution, and he seems to say that the Bible is correct. So the way he talks, you start to believe it. So anything you get into your brain while falling asleep will brainwash you. So in the end, I was really questioning the DNA replication and going, yeah, he might be right, when he says that a unfinished creature, as he calls it, cannot survive. It has to be there incomplete so that it fits into. He didn't even say fits into, but he just said that it is complete. So what does complete mean? In my eyes, it means a creature like this ant, It has to be manufactured in a way and planned in a way so that it fits into this nature grid, so that it will procrastinate, if that's the word, to create future generations. So, but the other thing is, he then said a DNA is like everything is always there. So he's like, well, to end this thought of something has to be finished, otherwise it won't survive. Well, if it's not fitting, a mutation might happen. We've seen this in our lifetime. You know, people 100 years ago aren't the same as we are. Our environment has changed our thinking. We are different. So if environment like toxins gives us ADHS and Asperger's and Tourette, then yes, mutation happens and behavioral adjustment. So are you saying all the HDHS people won't survive? Oh yeah, they will. They just, you know, are different, but they will. So when a creature is changing, in my eyes, this is a adapting to the surrounding. And he says the surrounding and especially the creature had to be finished. It can't be that a creature is developing, like evolution says, to its state. We see it today. Well, there is a flaw in thinking, because nature as well is developing. What for do a creature brand, does a creature brand have to be preparing itself if they don't know what the nature will be like in 1,000 of years? Hey, well, this one doesn't work. And also he says, that's the other thing. Well, DNA has a way of offering all possibilities to nature. So a bog in a certain year is rather small, and the very same bog a year later, when it's colder in its environment, is smaller and has a different color. He showed examples. So by that, now we know that adjustments happen within a year. So yeah, and then he says DNA is composed in a way so that even a banana has like 70% or even more, 97, the same DNA as we have. But it's not, now the important word, hello, it's not expressing all its possibilities. Okay, so he's contradicting himself a second time. So well, because I was watching his nutritional facts on milk, A1 milk you shouldn't drink. The World Health Organization knew about it in the 1960s. Only the Scandinavians can digest it in adulthood. So still the UNO was giving milk powder to the Africans, and it made them rather sickly. So because they know, now they have all the milk bars, you know, with milk and chocolate and sugar out. So 100 years ago too, people didn't have sugar, just the fruits in summer. And that one would give them an energy rush, unbelievably. So that's this energy rush that I crave so much. And why, for example, today I went down the valley. Also coffee, 50% is my coffee craving, and then it's sugar. So once you're addicted and you have these bacteria in your intestines, they crave sugar on and on just to continue their life. And when they start dying, that's when your craving sets in and you kind of feel the urge to get something sugary. So today I had a strawberry cake, 2 Berliners, you know, jam enrolled in a baked something, and a ice and 2 coffees. And now I'm heading up again. So now you know why I do this exercise as well. Like when I run down, I feel like, yeah, getting the coffee. And when I walk up again, I feel like, yeah, detox. So Walter White is one of the 20 people that I don't recommend you go wasting your time. There is just one video by him of all the amazing discovery videos, and on YouTube he has like hundreds of videos out. I tell you, every lecture is recorded, and he's been lecturing for quite a few years. The video is called Risk Factor Milk. In German he does that talk, but also it's out in English. That one is good. He talks about black tea, green tea, you know, all the bad things that the elite brought into our lives, coffee, milk, and why we should avoid it. He's done tests with chickens, so with his students in South Africa, and also from time to time he tells a private bit, like when he was visiting a Masonic lodge, and since like his fiancée's family is involved, they were letting him in, and Walter White would have loved to have a certain book. So when the father of his fiancée, I think it was dying, he had left behind all these Masonic books. So Walter White now says they should be given back to the lodge, but nobody did so, so he just grabbed them. So he says, I don't really believe him, but you know, it's nice to hear how they defend themselves. So also he told the story about like in the lodge he was investigating on the books that were there, and that man said, no, I can't lend them, no, you can't have them, nothing. So yeah, that one made it a bit more believable that the books are precious, which they aren't, and also it's just again like the Bible, fiction, and it made it more like of an adventure, him grabbing his fiancée's father's book. So yeah, but the other important thing he's telling is that like the United Nations wrote, according to the papacy's papers, that it's a human right to have food, shelter. So in his South African country, when he returns from his holidays, it might happen that someone else has just started to live at his house, and when he would call the police, they weren't able to evict those people, because in South Africa these United Nations kind of writings are law already. So when someone steals your bicycle, threatening you with a pistol, they don't do anything. You know, everyone is entitled for mobility as well, probably, you know, for a shelter. So when you're not using your home, someone else may. So that's the story he told in one of his lectures. So someone knocked at his door. He opened, and this government personnel asked him, how many rooms do you have? Like, you know, if it's his abode, then yeah. So he then said to that person, it's none of your business. Just, yeah, I don't want to tell you. That one is a bit more believable. So he was fearing the government would come up and tell him he has to intake some foreigners. I will have to start again.